Seen our next guests fighting for their lives both on screen in The Hunger Games and Squid Game. Now they're back playing a completely different game of sorts, the game of acting in a brand new Disney Star Wars series. Please welcome from The Acolyte, Amandla Stenberg and Jung-jae. Goodness! Oh my goodness. Welcome. Welcome to both of you. Welcome to your first Star Wars celebration. How is it?
Insane. We're so happy to be here. We're so excited we finally get to share what we're up to.
Yeah. I mean, it was absolutely amazing to see some of the details this morning, to hear some of what you're going to be doing. What was it like to finally be able to share some of those details with the crowd?
I think we're so confused about what we can share, which is, I think, the nature of just probably being a part of Star Wars. But hopefully what you guys got to see is the kind of the tone of the show, which is very much inspired by martial arts films. It's very inspired by Kill Bill. Leslie likes to say that the show is a combination of Frozen and Kill Bill, which is kind of a nuts combo. But I think tonally, it's really exciting. It's really dark. It has a sense of magical realism, and we're just so exhilarated to finally give you a sneak peek.
아니 오늘 진짜 놀라는 일이 많네요.
Today, a lot of surprising things happening.
이렇게 많으신 분들이 이렇게 함께 하시는 이 행사가 15년 됐다라는 것에 많이 놀랐습니다.
So I've been amazed to find that this celebration with so many of you has been going on for 15 years.
Yeah, 15 years.
물론 그리고 또 저희가 함께 하고 있다라는 것도 놀랍고요.
And it's really surprising in a nice way that we're all together in this.
It's a family, and you're part of the family now.
Yes, right. 그리고 오늘 아콜라이트를 조금 보여드릴 수 있어서 너무 기뻤고요.
And I was really glad to show you a sneak peek of Acolyte today as well.
Yeah.
그리고 그것만큼 더 흥분됐던 것은
And something more exciting on top of that was
다른 트레일러도 오늘 많이 봤다라는 것이 굉장히 흥분되었습니다. 멋있었습니다.
it was so cool to see other trailers for other shows as well. Really exciting.
We did see a lot of amazing stuff in the studio presentation. What one trailer or surprise had you both like the most excited?
From the other show?
From the other shows, yeah. Can't say your own show, that's cheating.
I'm just so excited to see Rosario Dawson and Ahsoka. I think it's going to be out of this world, and that character is already so special, and she's so phenomenal. So I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, to see Ahsoka and Hera and Sabine all in the same place on camera together like that was just it was just like a mind-melting moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
저는 오늘 진짜 흥미로웠던 것이 트레일러가 다 장르나 어떤 그런 뭐라고 해야 될까요? 그 느낌이 다 달라서 그게 정말 진짜 흥미로웠던 것 같아요.
For me today, the most interesting parts were that all the trailers had different feels and different genres from them.
그래서 정말 진짜 너무 빨리 보고 싶어서 기다리는 게 지금 기다릴 수가 없는 것 같아요.
So I can't wait to see them all in full.
Yeah. It was a lot of wonderful stuff. Joining Star Wars, I'm sure, is it's always something that is a big deal. It's a lot to take on, I'm sure. In particular for you, Lee, this is your first American series, and this is your first series in a foreign language for you. How was the experience coming on to all of this?
굉장히 특별한 경험이죠. 저에게는 제가 영어가 언어가 아니기 때문에요.
So it's definitely a special experience for me, especially because English isn't my first language.
그래서 아마 스타워즈가 아니었다면은 아마 이 작품을 못 한다고 거절했을 것 같아요.
So if it wasn't Star Wars, I may have declined some other show.
근데 누가 스타워즈를 거절할 수 있겠어요?
But who would say no to Star Wars? Come on.
더군다나 라이트 세이버를 쓸 수 있다고 하는데.
And they said you can use a lightsaber.
Amazing. And I mean, look, she shows up to her own panel for her own show dressed as Padme. Like, you know it's a big deal for her to be part of Star Wars. Tell me about this. How was it for you?
It's unreal, for sure. I really love cons. I really love cosplaying. So it felt like there was no way I could come here and not cosplay. Yeah.
And when you found out about joining the show and becoming part of Star Wars, like, how was that for you?
Oh my God. I nearly fainted. What was so wild about this show and my experience coming onto it was Leslie and Lucasfilm had already developed the show around me before I even had my first meeting.
Wow.
So
both amazing and no pressure.
Yeah. Like, basically, here's your own Star Wars show on a silver platter. What are you going to do, babe? I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to put my entire heart and soul into it and do the best I possibly can. But yeah, that first meeting was wild. I was presented with the concept art that had already been drawn up with my image, which was like,
Whoa.
a fall on the floor moment.
Whoa.
I'd say. And then the panic hit. And then after the panic hit, then I started training in Wing Chun at a local school, which was really cool because going into training, I had already kind of had that basis when I did my my initial training period with my master.
Wow. You just jumped right into it. I love it. Well, before we go, is there anything that you'd like to say to the fans as we kind of like launch this entire Acolyte experience here at Star Wars Celebration?
제가 장담할 수 있을 것 같은데 이 아콜라이트는 지금까지 나왔었던 스타워즈 이야기들 중에서도 가장 흥미로운 이야기가 될 것 같습니다.
I guarantee you that Acolyte would be the most interesting of the Star Wars stories.
스타워즈는 놀랍게도 항상 발전되는 이야기와 비주얼을 우리에게 보여줬었는데 지금 저희 아콜라이트도 조금 더 발전한 이야기와 비주얼을 보여드릴 수 있을 것 같아서 진짜 뭐 더 말씀드리고 싶은데 여기까지만 참겠습니다.
Star Wars has always shown stepped up visuals and stepped up developments of stories and so on. And I think Acolyte will be showing a great example of that going further ahead. I really want to share more, but I can't, so I'll stop right here.
Amandla, anything you want to say to the fans here before we wrap it up?
I guess I just want to say it's such an exciting time for Star Wars. There's so many corners of the universe that are being explored and being shared right now. And it's a huge privilege to be a part of that. And we also take the privilege of being able to focus on the High Republic era really seriously. Yeah. It's such an interesting time in the galaxy. And hopefully you guys will love everything that we're trying to showcase in it. Such a vast array of characters that we have, vast array of creatures, vast array of fighting styles. And once again, I'm really excited to share it with you. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, we're excited to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, Amandla Stenberg, Jung-jae, thank you so much for being here. We got more from Star Wars Celebration Live coming up in just a minute. Don't go anywhere.
Star Wars on YouTube is the premier destination for new and exclusive Star Wars content every